Welcome, dear brothers and sisters, to comments for the Jehovah's Witnesses meeting. In this video, which we hope you will enjoy, we will examine treasures from God's Word for the week of September 7th to 13, 2026, with a demonstration talk for this week with the topic Treasures from God's Word for the week of September 7th to 13, 2026.
Meditating on Jehovah's qualities strengthens our faith. When we go through a trial, we do not always need to know in advance how it will be resolved. Often what we need most is to remember who is at our side. If we know Jehovah well and think about His power, His loyal love, and His justice, our confidence in Him becomes stronger. Jeremiah lived in a very difficult time. He saw injustices, opposition, and the threat of Jerusalem's destruction. Yet, by meditating on Jehovah's qualities, he found reasons to keep trusting in Him. We can do the same. First, Jehovah's power convinces us that He can help us. Jeremiah capítulo 32, versículo 17. Alas, O sovereign Lord Jehovah! Look! You made the heavens and the earth by your great power and by your outstretched arm. Nothing is too wonderful for you. Jeremiah did not simply say that Jehovah was powerful. He thought about a visible proof of that power, creation. Jehovah made the heavens and the earth. That is why he could reach a logical conclusion: nothing is too wonderful for you. Let us think, for example, about the sun. This week's information explains that at its core the temperature reaches about 15 million degrees Celsius and that every second it gives off an extraordinary amount of energy. And even so, the sun is small compared with some known stars. It is estimated that Uy Scuti is about 1,700 times larger than the Sun. If it were in the Sun's place, it would reach beyond the orbit of Jupiter. What good does it do us to think about facts like these? It helps us to put our problems in perspective. The God who created a universe of dimensions that we can barely comprehend is not limited by the obstacles that seem impossible to us. Perhaps we have a health problem, a difficult financial situation, family opposition, or some other trial that we do not know how to resolve. Meditating on Jehovah's power does not mean thinking that He will immediately remove the problem. It means being convinced that He has enough power to sustain us, to give us wisdom, and to fulfill everything He has promised. So when a situation makes us think, this is impossible, let us remember Jeremiah's words: nothing is too wonderful for you. But knowing that someone can help us would not be enough if we doubted that He wants to. That is why the second point is so important: Jehovah's loyal love assures us that He wants to help us. Jeremiah capítulo 32, versículo 18. The one showing loyal love to thousands, but repaying the error of the fathers to their sons after them, the true God, the great and mighty one, whose name is Jehovah of armies. Jeremiah knew not only Jehovah's strength but also His loyal love. This is not a passing feeling. It is a faithful and constant love that moves Jehovah to stay close to those who love Him and want to serve Him. Even before we came to know Jehovah, we were already benefiting from His love for humanity. But when we became His servants, we experienced His loyal love in a special way. He protects us spiritually, guides us, and helps us to stay close to Him. That is why, when we have a problem, we should not think, Jehovah could help me, but maybe He does not care about what is happening to me. He does care. He wants things to go well for us in the most important sense, that we remain faithful and keep our friendship with Him. Think of a child who is crossing a difficult place holding his father's hand. He may not know where the exit is, but he knows two things: his father is stronger than he is, and his father loves him. That combination gives him peace of mind. We have even greater reasons to trust. Jehovah has power and, in addition, He shows us loyal love. Whatever the trial may be, we can ask Him for strength and be sure that He will give us what we need to remain faithful. Now, some trials have to do with injustices. It can hurt us to see that someone does what is bad and seems to come out ahead, while the one who tries to do what is right suffers. That is where the third quality comes in. Jehovah's sense of justice reminds us that He sees injustices and that He will do something to put an end to them. Jeremiah capítulo 32, versículo 19. You are great in counsel and mighty indeed, you whose eyes observe all the ways of men, to give to each one according to his ways and according to what he does. Nothing escapes Jehovah's eyes. He sees both what happens publicly and what others may never come to know. And he does not just see injustices, he has the purpose and the power to correct them. Jeremiah had to remember this. He felt very discouraged because he saw that things seemed to go well for the wicked and, in addition, people made fun of him. He could speak frankly to Jehovah about his frustration, but he never went so far as to accuse him of being unjust. In time, as he saw how Jehovah dealt with his rebellious people, Jeremiah became even more convinced that Jehovah always acts with justice. We can do the same. Perhaps we suffer an injustice at work, at school, or a false accusation. We can tell Jehovah exactly how we feel. We do not have to pretend that something does not hurt. But after praying, let us remember this truth: his eyes see everything. Jehovah has not forgotten a single injustice. He will act at the right time and in the right way. Meditating on his justice helps us not to become filled with bitterness or to try to resolve things in a way that contradicts his principles. This week's family worship suggestion also brings these three qualities together very well. The video, By a Field in Anathoth, recalls what happened when Jeremiah was in prison and the Babylonians were about to destroy Jerusalem. In those circumstances, Jehovah told him to buy a field in Anathoth. Humanly speaking, it might have seemed absurd to buy a property when everything was about to fall into the hands of Babylon. But Jeremiah obeyed. That purchase became something concrete that strengthened his faith. Jehovah had promised that, in the future, houses, fields, and vineyards would again be bought in that land. Jeremiah could trust because he knew what kind of God Jehovah was. He had the power to fulfill the promise, the loyal love to care for his servants, and the justice to do exactly what was right. We too can buy a field in Anathoth, so to speak, when we make decisions that show that we really believe in Jehovah's promises. Even though we do not yet see the solution, we act convinced that what Jehovah has said will come true. That is why, when a trial makes our faith waver, let us not think only about the size of the problem. Let us think about Jehovah. Let us meditate on his power, and we will remember that he can help us. Let us meditate on his loyal love, and we will be sure that he wants to help us. And let us meditate on his justice, and we will have the peace of mind of knowing that he sees everything that happens and that, in his due time, he will correct all injustices. The better we know Jehovah and the more we think about his marvelous qualities, the stronger our faith will be.
Great, dear brother or sister, we've reached the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you next week. Before you go, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and if you liked it, you can share the video or follow our posts on our official website, commentariosperaleRuniNTJ.com. You'll find the link in the video comments. Warm regards.